we're not here just to live and die, right? We're here to live in harmony with nature. And right now, unfortunately, we're not. And we need to change the way we build homes. We need to change the way we look at how we live. We have to look at our actions a little bit more.
Mic check. I'm good.
Mic check. Mic check.
You can read about success all day long, but if you don't put in the work, the mindset, execution, and the hustle behind your vision, it just remains a dream.
When everything goes wrong, you have to take all the responsibility.
We uncover what high-level entrepreneurs, business owners do to rise up from hustling daily.
So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances.
The world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
Join me as I share with you actionable tips to help you grow your business, learn skills, and help you level up in your self-development journey.
Your number one spot for business and personal growth is the Online Hustlers Podcast with your host, Esteban Andrade.
Every day I'm hustling.
All right, what's going on, everyone? That is the Online Hustlers Podcast. Today we have an episode with a special guest. His name is Andres Ospina, and we were supposed to have his wife, Kelly Ospina, and unfortunately, his wife currently is going through a flat tire. But we have Andres here. These two Colombian entrepreneurs. Well, right now we have Andres. They came into the country, and we're gonna find out when, how did that happen. They were sleeping in a couch for a long period of time. Well, they went through this real struggle, and right now they're living what is called the American dream. A lot of people come in here to this country trying to pursue bigger things because there is hope. And I love stories and love people like this because these are immigrants that really work hard for what they're looking to get. They really work hard. They understand the value of what the country comes and brings together. Remember, guys, that we have a company called Remote Latinos.com, and we hire Latin American collaborators, which are VAs in your language. But these people, these VAs, they're gonna come in here and help you in your business flourish, grow, because they are passionate. We're gonna meet these are the true remote Latinos. All right, these are the true remote Latinos that come here from Colombia, and they're crushing it in real estate, owning about $12 million in a portfolio in just over 7 years or so. Right now, they're looking to ramp up. They have over 50 residential properties, and they own a lot of Airbnbs. But I don't want to actually talk on behalf of them. I'm just gonna tell them what's going on because we have here Andres. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Doing amazing, bro. Doing amazing. Thank you for having me. Doing amazing, man. Just super excited to be on this podcast, man. This setup that you have, the starting introduction, it's beautiful, man. You have some great marketing, man. I got to give it up to you, man. You are doing a fantastic job, man. Kudos to you, brother.
Thanks,
thank you for
having me. So one of the things that I actually would like to come in and present everyone is that these people, I met them in Scale and Scape, and they signed up that day, literally. Like I'm not gonna like not say it. It's like $30,000 mastermind. Okay. So, and they put in the money right in there, invested in themselves. And a lot of people are scared on even putting $1,000 in a course for themselves. But obviously, I mean, they've had track, but when you talk with them, like, wow, like their trajectory is been great. So Andres, literally tell me exactly what's been your journey, your experience coming to the US and everything, and what was it like before you got into real estate? Like, how was your entire experience?
Sure, man. So yeah, I was born in Bogota, Colombia. Lived there for about 9 years. My family was in real estate. My dad was an architect. Basically, in 2000, the real estate market crashed in Colombia. And my mom basically was like, man, we need to make a move. We moved to the United States in 2000, and we moved over with an aunt, and we lived with my aunt for many years and helped them basically grow their pet store business, actually. So from 9 years old, started cleaning and working at that puppy store. And yeah, I haven't stopped working since, so I think that was one of the biggest pieces that my family gave me, was just working hard, right? On the weekends when I didn't want to, started saving up, and I saw my family struggle. We were like in the, lower middle class. And, I saw my single mom trying to raise me and didn't really, we were just basically making ends meet. And I knew that I wanted something bigger for myself, for my family, because I just had it in me for some reason. And yeah, so I've always been very savvy about, saving money, investing, living below my means. And yeah, started saving when I was younger. I, saved up about $20,000 because I was saving, a lot of money, and started investing. I bought a cigar shop when I was 19 years old. We flipped that. So my first actual flip was a cigar shop. We bought a cigar shop for 15,000, put 5,000 into it, sold it for 40. So that was pretty cool. And then after that, I got into stock trading. So I put some money into that. Didn't really like the groove of the stocks because I couldn't touch and feel and control a stock or a company. So then I started looking at other ways. I'm like, how to become financially free, how to become a millionaire. And real estate kept popping up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go into it. My dad was an architect. I might as well get into this. So in 2015, I decided to get my real estate license so I could be an investor, so I could become financially free and help other people become financially free. So in 2015, the same year that I got my license, I did my first fix and flip with my broker at the time. And that was amazing. I took $20,000, and after we flipped the house, got my 20,000 and made 20,000. So I got a 100% return in 6 months in 2015. And I was like, man, this is the way to make your money work for you. This is how the wealthy build their money. Let's go ahead and keep doing that. So from 2015, we've been flipping houses, and it's been incredibly, incredibly successful. An average flip, honestly, is between $50,000 to $70,000 net profit, which is always pretty good. And it doesn't, it does require a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. So we've been doing that since 2015. And in 2016, something amazing happened. I met my beautiful wife, Kelly, who couldn't make it. But yeah, from 2016, I got a little bit more organized, and we started investing in rental properties, right? Because I was doing these fix and flips, but I was renting still. So in 2016, we bought our first primary residence. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 1-car garage. And we said, you know what? These 2 bedrooms, let's rent them out. But instead of renting them out long-term, let's Airbnb them. Started renting out the rooms. Started making about $1,200 a room, which was pretty cool. Rented and converted the garage. It was a 1-car garage, and we converted it into a studio apartment and rented it on Airbnb. And from that 1-car garage, we've been generating about $2,000 a month ever since we bought the property. And with the other 2 rooms, it basically netted us about $2,500 a month, and we were living there for free, right? So that was the first in our real estate investing. I said, babe, this is like a little hack. We need to keep doing this over and over again. So we basically have done that multiple times. We essentially took that same model of converting the garage, doing the Airbnb model, and cash flowing the properties. And essentially we've done that. We've done the BRRRR method, basically, which is the buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. But with a twist, we've been doing it with Airbnb. So the cash flow is way higher. And again, we've been living way below our means. So we haven't been buying like any lavish, expensive cars or luxury brands or anything. We've just been, you guys got keeping a Tesla, though. That's the only luxury, man. But it's not, it's $1,000 a month, and it's really not that much. The properties pay for it, so I don't need, it doesn't even touch it. And we only got the Tesla, honestly, because of the, the branding, it's good for the planet. I always think that there's a cost to doing business. Right. Like eating organic, eating vegetables, right? Driving a Tesla. These are the things that, are very important, because at the end of the day, the planet is very important. So, but anyway, yeah. So we've been just growing and reinvesting our money. And again, we've been doing fix and flips, acquiring rental properties. Right now, we're at a total of 62 Airbnb units. And we're just looking to expand into, more units. So super excited to be on the show with you. And yeah, man, thank you for having us here. Our goal is to revolutionize the real estate industry in the same way that Tesla revolutionized the car industry. We want to revolutionize the real estate industry by eventually building communities that are sustainable. So that's the future end goal.
I love that. So talk to me about your mindset when you came as an immigrant at first. Do you and what was it like? Like, do you know English? Do you know anything real estate? Do you know how the American culture and entrepreneurship grew? Like, what was it?
Man, so yeah, when I was 9 years old, I didn't speak any English at all. I was put on ESOL, and it was pretty difficult because I was in Melbourne, which is a very very American town. I think I was the only Hispanic in our fourth grade class, so it was pretty difficult for me. It was myself and one other girl. So it was kind of difficult for me at first, but yeah, man, I don't know. I've always been a very positive person, and yeah, I've just worked hard and yeah, learned pretty quickly. In about 8 months, I learned the language, and I was in fifth grade. I was like #1 spelling bee, and I was beating out kids that have been speaking the language their whole life in a matter of a year. So that was pretty cool. In math, I always excelled, right? But it was tough, man. It was tough at first. There was some discrimination. I used to get called beaner, spig. To me, honestly, it didn't really, faze me or bother me, because at the end of the day, that's insecurities on their end. So that was good. But yeah, man, my family, honestly, they pushed me very, very hard to always work hard. And they pretty much forced me to work hard, and they forced me to save my money. And just watching my family, work their butt off, every single day without complaining, definitely installed something in me that said, you know what, Andres, you can do it too. And you cannot you cannot exchange your time for money. You need to do it in a different way. You have to make your money work for you. So yeah, it's been a blessing to be able to come from Colombia and see how they struggle over there. See how hard they have to work for such small amount of money, and the opportunities that we have here. For example, to buy a primary house, there's down payment assistance programs. You don't even have to put any money down sometimes. That's here. In Colombia, you can't do that. So I appreciate the fact of being in this country and having the freedoms that we have. So I think that's a huge advantage for sure.
And people can now do it from anywhere in the world, regardless whether they're in Colombia. They can do this. They can do this anywhere in the world. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to really ask you. Are you currently doing everything in your local area? Are you currently doing anything outside of your local area, anything virtual? And is it even worth it for anyone that is outside? Let's say someone that is listening and it's Colombian or European or whatever, they're just living in Canada. I have a lot of Canadian listeners here. How would that work? Would you ever do that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we currently have a couple of VAs in our system. We have somebody from Venezuela. She's the one that runs and manages our short-term rental business. So she handles most of the communication. We also have another person that we were on the process of hiring, also from Venezuela, who's going to be helping us with the project management for our flips. So we've had great success. We had one in Argentina that worked out very well. So I think it's a win-win. Absolutely. It's a great price for us, and it is great money for them as well. And they're very, very hard workers. And as long as you have the right systems, the right technology, and obviously, the right company, it can definitely be very successul. And I'm definitely interested in your company and see how we can learn from you, because you definitely have a lot of systems that you've already implemented and that and work. And we definitely, we don't have those systems. We don't have it. We have, 2 VAs, right? So I'm excited to hear how your company works and how we can work together.
Yeah, but this show is about you, man. So I want to make sure I give value to everyone in here. But so can anyone, right now you're only doing deals in Orlando, and you're essentially going direct to seller, or how is that working out?
Sure. So as of right now, we do a little bit of a couple different strategies. So we have some SMS that we're doing. We also are going direct to seller. So we do a lot of on-market stuff as well. So we'll submit a lot of offers on MLS, lowball offers. And we have really good relationships with realtors as well. Since I am a licensed realtor, I've been in the top 500 realtors for a couple of years here in Orlando. We get a lot of referrals. So before they list, they call me. They know we will buy, cash sight unseen sometimes. So yeah, a lot of referrals and a lot of wholesalers. So we've been flipping since 2015, and we've been buying from wholesalers. And we still buy from other wholesalers, even though we wholesale as well. So if somebody's making, like right now, for example, we're negotiating a deal right now where we're probably going to pick it up for like 200. They have it under contract for 132. I know they're making a huge spread, but at the end of the day, we're buying into 150,000 in equity. So we work with wholesalers all the time on the buy end as well. I'm always looking as a win-win and pushing forward at the end of the day. So yeah, so we do a lot of JVs with other wholesalers, and yeah, we do some direct text messaging as well.
Okay, so it's agent relationship, direct to wholesaler, text messaging. When you buy, like, why would you, for example, not hold into the properties that you currently have, all of them, and for example, you go into this wholesaler and actually just buy from them?
Yeah, so it just depends on so our buy box is pretty interesting. So yeah, the ones that we decide to keep are the ones that are more they're going to be easy to manage for us. So it just depends on the location. Like, for example, we bought 2 duplexes in the west part of Orlando, which is a little bit of a rougher area. It has a little bit more it has more theft or whatever. That's not going to be or something that we would keep long term, because we want to focus on the midterm rentals, right? The furniture, corporate housing, people who are coming here for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and that's a different type of clientele. We also like to invest in A-rated school zones and B-rated school zones. So as long as it fits that buy box, I would keep them all. Now, this is the thing. This is also a deal with my wife, and for me, I would buy and keep them all. But she doesn't want to do that. Obviously, we own the property management company that owns all or manages all rentals. So, every time that we buy, we have to make sure that we have, the systems in place for those rentals. So it just depends. I would keep them all, to be honest with you, because I love the BRRRR method. Even if they don't cash flow an incredible amount, the depreciation that we get and the tax benefits that we get, to me, are well worth it. But yeah, right now we're basically just buying and holding in really good areas, and usually within a 5-mile radius from our house. So it's easier to manage.
All right. So if someone were to come in here and start doing BRRRR method, but they want to start getting into real estate more, maybe they have tasted real estate or haven't really tasted real estate yet, and so you went into a niche whenever you're buying, whenever you're holding, essentially, like the mid kind of corporate, I would say, type of niche. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So basically the way it worked, it was kind of interesting. So in 2016, we started doing Airbnb, and back then there was not a lot of rules and regulations in Orlando. So we were doing daily rentals, right? People who are coming here just on vacation to Disney, Universal, whatever the case. In 2018, the city passed ordinances basically enforcing rules and regulations. And basically in Orange County and City of Orlando, they stopped, allowing daily rentals. And the minimum allowed was 30-day minimum. Well, we had a bunch of mortgages, right? And we needed to make a transition, because we got a bunch of letters from the code enforcement saying, hey, you need to stop your Airbnb business, right? And that's a lot of money that we have to pay one way or the other. So we transitioned to 30-day minimum rentals. And that is still in Airbnb. The minimum days that you could book is 30 days. And basically it's a niche that to me, it's the best of both worlds, right? Because you still get, above market rent, and you still get a tenant that's going to be semi-long-term. Our average tenant stays with us about 60 days. And they, again, will pay premium, similar to what we would get if we rented daily. But it's, construction workers, or let's say your house burned down. Now you need to live in a house temporarily, or your house, fixes it up. So we work with insurance companies on claims. People who are relocating here from New York or New Jersey, and they want to rent for 2-3 months before they buy. So that's been our niche, and it's been working well. But it has to be the right locations. You have to be where those people are going, right? Nurses, right? We have to be close to hospitals. So it just really depends. That type of clientele also wants to be in a nice area. They don't want to be in a C or D area. So it depends on the deal. So a C and D area, you can still make money. You can still hotel it or flip it. But at least for our criteria, we wouldn't keep it.
So when did you start actually niching? When did you start niching down and ended up kind of kind of getting into more of that corporate long-term, like medium-term, sorry, not long-term, but medium-term rentals? Was it a beginning like that, or do you have to go through like a lot of like mistakes to get there? Or what?
Yeah, man, dude, to be honest with you, it was during COVID, right? And COVID, Florida was shut down starting March, April, May. Disney closed down. That was huge. We had like, almost $100,000 worth of rental income that was coming in a month, and it was completely wiped away from COVID just in that 1 month. So that was crazy. I didn't know what to do. And but I've always been about shift, right? I love shifting to a different strategy always. And we did. We figured out that there was this little niche that not a lot of people were touching, that really worked out very well, because again, a lot of people during COVID, from California, from New York, came here, right, to Florida to flee, because we were the free state, we were the rebel child. So a lot of them came here, worked from home, and stayed here for 6 months, 8 months, whatever the case. And they usually were looking for a furnished rental. So that was a great niche we had to work through, and it's just been going great. So we just want to focus on that, expand on that, and yeah. Now our property management company is built mainly for this type of housing. So
did you have to sell a few properties while figuring it out, like during the COVID, or like how many properties did you have there, and then like to restart into another strategy? Like how was that transition?
I mean, it was nuts. So during COVID, we actually bought 11 houses. Like from the time that there was like quarantine and deals started popping up, we bought 11 houses. And we bought them at crazy discounts because everybody thought the world was going to crash. The world was ending. So we got deals at like 50% discount. And then you know what happened in 2020 and 2021 and 2022? The prices skyrocketed. So we crushed it on those 11 deals. So we actually bought 11 deals during COVID. And we did sell, I think, 3 deals. We always buy and sell depending on the numbers, depending on our cap rates, depending on how much equity we have, right? Depending on how much tax liability we have. So we can, move the money around to buy more properties. But it's always been up, buying more properties, buying more rentals, right? Having more tax deductions. That's what it's all been about. Building wealth with, legally not paying as much taxes as
okay.
most other people.
How can people start doing the BRRRR method or any method? Like if you were to pick, I don't know, give me a list or let's say a framework to get into the BRRRR, generating deals for themselves, and then ultimately getting at least their first 1 to 3 properties to which with the lessons that you've gotten, you have over 50 residential, right? Yeah, with the lessons that you've had so far, how can a person start with the right framework?
The easiest way to start, honestly, is buying a primary residence and buying a multifamily. Like if you can do a duplex, triplex, or quadplex and do it with an FHA loan, that's probably one of the best ways to do it. And that's how I started. One of the ways I bought my first house that I told you about, the 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a garage. I bought it with an FHA loan, and my mom co-signed for me. And I was able to put the commission into the deal. I negotiated the closing costs with the seller. So I bought that house with like $3,000 down, not a lot of money down. Right now, there's down payment assistance programs pretty much all over the country. Right now, we're helping clients buy houses with basically little to no money down. Right now, there's forgivable down payment assistance where you literally buy the property and you don't have to pay that down payment back. Literally, you're giving it away for free. They're giving it away for free. And the beauty about an FHA product is that it's only 3.5% down, and you can buy a duplex, triplex, or quadplex. And that's probably the best way to start, because the biggest expense that people have usually is their rent. So the first step would probably be house hacking, where they live, buying a duplex, buying a triplex or a quad, living in one side, renting out the others, and starting the process that way. That's what I would do. And then just start building equity, start seeing how being a landlord works. And start saving the money so you could buy the next one. One strategy that we've implemented is buying a primary residence every year. you can legally do that. So in that strategy, for example, you can buy a duplex, right? Live in it for a year as a primary. A year later, you can refinance that duplex, right? Maybe pull out a little bit of equity or just, whatever the case, turn it into a conventional. And you can go buy another primary a year later. You can buy another duplex if you wanted to. And you can start buying rental properties with FHA or conventional, which are really, really awesome products. They're backed by the government, that they have super low rates. And again, all you need is a pretty decent credit score, and you can get down payment assistance. That would probably be the best way to do it. That's how, one of the ways that we started. Multifamily is probably one of the best ways to get it. And FHA is an amazing product that this country has, man. I mean, it's incredible. Not a lot of countries have an opportunity to be able to buy a multifamily property with no money down. So that's how I would do it. And then I would go by two different values. I'm part of NAREP, which is the National Association Hispanic of Real Estate Professionals, and that has helped a lot in my life. And I live by two things. We try to live below our means. That's very, very important for us. Try not to overspend on luxury items, and try to really reinvest back into our business, back into what's making us money long term, and investing in ourselves. That $30,000 a year, we're going to pay that forever, and that's going to tenfold. That's going to 100x at the end of the day. That's pennies to what we are going to do, right? So that's what it takes, and we're just super excited to to be a part of it, and yeah, we're just ready to keep rocking and rolling.
Man, it's huge. I think when I met you, you guys had maybe just 30 properties, or maybe 30 something properties. Now you have like over 50s. And you were complaining that you guys don't have proper systems in place and blah, 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 and things like that. Where you were telling us, but man, to me, like even when I met you just a few months ago, just to be able to juggle all of that stuff, like property management, all these Airbnbs, doing these flips, doing the like wholesaling here and there and everything, like it requires a lot, man, of skill, like, and just being able to manage this, like, that requires systems. How do you guys not go crazy, or what was it like before as opposed to now?
Well, we definitely implemented a lot of systems, and again, it's all teamwork, to be honest with you, man. I mean, it's my wife works full time on this, so do I. My mom, actually, we hired her full time, so she's one of our property managers. We have actually 3 Venezuelans that are working for us. One of them is actually in Venezuela. 2 of them are actually here. So they help us run most of our companies, right? Because otherwise I would go insane. And we have invested money into software, right? So we have Follow Up Boss for CRM. We have Hita, which is like a platform that allows us to communicate. We use a lot of Google Sheets to communicate. We also have OwnerRez on the property management side. So we have invested in a lot of technology. Like on the Airbnb side, we have a platform that basically uses a lot of AI to answer all the basic questions that people have, like, hey, how much is the dog fee? So it'll read it, boom, dog fee $200. So we have implemented a lot of technology that has helped make the process much easier. So yeah, we have basically a system for everything. We use WhatsApp a lot. We have a group chat for every flip that we're doing. And every time that we're doing a flip, we have, 2008 Page Avenue, and we have all the contractors on that WhatsApp group chat, and we all communicate through there. So we try to organize things as best as possible through Google Sheets, through WhatsApp group chats, and yeah, KV Core, CRMs. A lot of technology, man. A lot of technology, and yeah, just a lot of hard work, man. We don't party a lot. We don't go crazy a lot. On Friday nights and Saturday nights, we're usually up working, implementing things for our business. So that's really what it takes. The focus that we're gonna do whatever it takes to be successful. And people would say, hey, Andres, dude, you're successful. You got a couple $1 million in real estate. That's pretty cool. And I'll be honest with you, this is just the beginning. We're just getting started. The party hasn't even started. We're going for the billions, and it's not even it's not for the greed. It's for because it's totally possible, because I can do it, you can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody has the power to be a billionaire, right? But not everybody has it in their mind, and a lot of people have limitations that, billions, that's too much. Like, why would you need all that? Because we can help millions of people that way. I want to be a billionaire like Elon Musk, right? He's revolutionizing the world. He's helping people. Once I become a billionaire, I'm going to be there because we've helped millions of people, because we've revolutionized the real estate industry, because we've helped the world be a better place. And I think it's all about mindset, and it's all about what you do every single day. And yeah, I'm just really excited because it's really amazing times right now. Technology is going really, really strong. AI is coming out. And I know that we do have a little bit of a global issue with climate crisis, but I know that we're going to be able to get through it. And that's one of the goals that we have as a real estate company to help that problem. So super excited about that, man. That's what it's all about. Positive mind, positive goals.
I love to like really talk about it deeper into that, but I'm really curious because a lot of people really had trouble during COVID, and their mind wouldn't be even right to like even buy real estate. But you bought 11 properties, and you said buy at least one and leverage these loans and everything. But like, so how do you do 11 properties during COVID? Like, did you even like use your own money? Like, what was this? Like, how do you even leverage yourself to get so many properties in 1 year?
Yeah, so relationships. So we've been, flipping since 2015, and we've mainly been using private money. So I have a couple friends that have a lot of money in the bank, and we basically guarantee them anywhere from around 10% interest only, and they usually will finance 80 to 90%, sometimes 100% of the deal. So a lot of the times that has helped a lot, because basically as long as that we're buying it and I have approved it, they'll fund it without doing an appraisal, without doing inspections. So that has really helped me a lot. We've been leveraging a lot. And again, just every time that we sold the property, let's say we got 100,000, boom, we would buy 3 properties with that 100,000. We put 30 here, 30 here, 30 here, boom. We sold another property, boom, here's another 100,000, boom, here's another 3 properties that we're buying. And then we would flip one and buy 3. So that's basically how we've been maneuvering it. And anytime that we have a property that has a lot of equity, boom, we refinance it and use that money to buy more property. So and again, just trying to be as frugal as possible with the money to reinvest it back again. So that's really been the key. All this rental property income, putting it back into buying more property. Every time we have enough equity, refinance. The ones that make sense to sell, liquidate. Use that money to buy more property again. Put as little money down as possible. Put the commission into the deal. That's how we usually try to do it.
All right, so hear me out. So we have a lot of people that run also other not investing business, but real estate businesses, or entrepreneurs like agency owners that are listening to this, and they really want to start investing way more in real estate. Should they go to people like you, for example, that you have those deals already there, like that you're wholesaling, getting an assignment fee? Like, should they go straight to these realtors and start the realtors sending them people direct to seller? Why would you say someone that has another business but obviously wants to grow their portfolio? Your active business is flipping and real estate, but also you also hold into the properties, so it's easier for you to really integrate that. But let's say an agency owner, or like a digital entrepreneur, someone that has a tech company and really want to put money into real estate.
So yeah, we definitely do help a lot of clients invest in passive deals, right? So as a realtor, I can help somebody buy a turnkey, fully furnished Airbnb, and we can help them manage it. And we've done that with many different clients from New York, New Jersey, California, and yeah, it's a great cash flow. They're able to come here, on vacation whenever they want. They just have to block out the calendar. So we've helped clients do that, and that's 100% turnkey. So if you want an investment that's going to grow in value, that's going to give you tax benefits that you'll be able to utilize, it's Florida, so for the snowbirds, it's perfect. It's a great investment. So we've helped a lot of people with that. We also have a lot of off-market deals. I find deals. We get deals every day. We can't buy them all. we help a lot of first-time clients get into the business that way. And I would definitely recommend start networking. Wholesalers, definitely, that's how I started buying deals, and I still buy from wholesalers. So at the end of the day, I would definitely recommend to start networking with wholesalers. If they're looking to invest in Central Florida, I would suggest, if they want, we have an off-market list, we have a huge inventory, or they can reach out to you. We definitely, I would suggest to definitely network with wholesalers, because at the end of the day, it's one of the best ways to get really good deals. I mean, MLS, it's good, but you have to have a realtor that knows what they're doing. Most realtors don't know a lot about, or they just, it just depends on the realtor. But it's tough to get on market deals. I mean, we do, but we submit a lot of offers. So it really depends on the strategy. The easiest, probably, if they're running a whole other business, probably get familiar with a good wholesaler, a good realtor, and a good contractor, and they'll be able to help run that side of the business for you. You got to have a team if you want it to be passive.
Okay. So essentially, the realtor would also find on market, but also maybe have other off market. But wholesalers mostly will have off market. And the contractor is just to have someone that will do the minor stuff that needs to happen in order to get it running. For another business owner, let's say you have people in Colombia that wants to invest in Orlando. What do you suggest to them? Let's say you have a someone that has, I don't know, $100,000. How they make their best of their money? Would it be buying maybe a creative deal from you? I don't think cash would be enough for this unless they already have hard money or some sort of private money. But if they have $100,000, would it be better for it to be on a creative leverage, or what would it be?
So there's foreign national loans that only require about 25 to 30% down at 7 to 8% interest rates, which, depending on where their country is, 7 to 8% a year is really, really good. And you could buy multifamily with it. So I would probably get into multifamily. If it was $100,000 down, you could probably buy a quadplex. You could put a quadplex, put $100K down, and be able to cash flow a pretty decent amount. So I would probably recommend them to do something like that, unless they have a contractor here. We don't have a turnkey way of selling them a wholesale deal and recommending them a contractor, right? We could help them on the list side, but we don't have a contractor in the middle. So one thing that we do, provide, obviously, is on the listing end, we can help them market the property, or if they want to rent it long term, we can help them rent it long term, or if they want to do the Airbnb, we can help them with the Airbnb setup. So that's
for example, a lot of people don't know this, but they can buy a creative deal from you. Like, I'm trying to see if there's three. I think you have three options of creative deals, where some of them they come almost ready. Maybe just some minor stuff, and put it as a long-term rental, or even a medium-term rental, like what you guys are doing. So would that be something that they can do as well? Or how do you see it?
Yeah. I mean, the seller finance deals are great, because you're taking over usually a mortgage that has a very low interest rate. It just depends. It depends on the deal, but absolutely. Yeah, I think we have one deal in Melbourne right now that it's a seller finance deal, and that could be a good midterm rental. It does have a pool. So yeah, we do try to stay open to the seller finance deal if it doesn't work out with our first cash offer. And I think we have three. We have a couple lots that we're selling in Palm Bay as well. So yeah, we try to keep those. And for the foreign nationals, absolutely. Either that or doing the foreign national loans. There's definitely a lot of options. So we just got our mortgage license not too long ago because we saw that there's not a lot of lenders that focus on investor loans. And there's a lot of different options for financing. For example, if that investor from Colombia that has 100,000 opens up a bank account here, and they open up a company and with an LLC, they're able to do a DSCR loan for 20% down. So I would probably recommend that they look into those options so they can leverage their 100K to be able to put a down payment on either a creative finance deal or a multifamily with a foreign national loan.
So how would it work if they are interested in any of your creative finance deals that you have, not necessarily like wholesale cash, and how a person would come in. I think sometimes you would ask for some sort of commission for funding the property, kind of like the finder's fee essentially, or entry fee, whatever it is. How would they take over the property after that? How does it work?
Sure. So basically, the subject to deals are usually people in foreclosure. They owe a couple months or maybe a year worth of mortgage payments to the bank. So essentially, let's say there would be in this situation, let's say the monthly payments are $1,000 and they're behind a whole year. So you have to pay off the $12,000, right? That the original owner owes to get that mortgage up to date. And you would either give them cash for keys, right? Maybe some sellers need, a couple $1,000 and a finder's fee, right? So you pay off the bank, you pay off the finder's fee, and you pay off the seller, right? That's basically going to be the down payment. Let's say in this scenario, it's going to be $50,000, right? So you buy $50,000 down, and you essentially close on this property. The property goes on title to a trust. And essentially, you assume their loan, right? And essentially, you're when you speak to the mortgage company, you're basically working as their property management, and you just make their payments on their behalf, and you basically just you get locked in, usually at a 30-year rate at 4%, 5%, whatever they have already, which is usually way better than the current market interest rates right now. And there's no credit check. There's nothing checked. There's no underwriters. There's no appraisals. There's nothing. You pay the money. You can close it in 5 days if need be. So we've done that before. Yeah, we actually bought a seller finance deal, and then we did a subject to on the MLS as well. So it happens a lot, and we definitely do keep them available. So it's always a good option.
If they buy a creative finance from you guys and there is a long, let's say a long-term rental opportunity or even an Airbnb opportunity, do you guys also like help them set it up since you guys have a lot of experience with it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can help them. We've helped clients either do like a straight long-term rental. So we'll do like a background check, credit check, eviction check. We'll do everything for them if they want to rent a long-term. We can help them with the Airbnb if they want to do either midterm or short-term. We'll give them the basically our lists, our purchase list of what to buy, where to buy, what furniture, because it's Costco for one thing, Amazon for another, right? It just depends on what type of thing it is. We already know which ones are the most affordable ones, the ones that are highest quality. So we help them with all that. And we can help them manage it too, because our property management company not only manages our own properties, but also our clients as well.
It seems to me that you're the visionary here between you and Kelly. And Kelly has a lot of different skills to complement you. But so what's where do you kind of mentioned a little bit, you want to be the Tesla of the real estate investing services, for your clients, both homeowners and I guess the buyer side. But so how does it look like, and where do you want to what do you want your focus to be on? Like, do you think that you need to build technology to do it, just like Tesla did? Like, what is going on there? Like, I want to know. I want to pick your brain a little bit more there.
Sure. So yeah, one thing, like I said, that I mentioned before is we love doing the garage conversions, right? And I think it's all about maximizing space utilization, right? How is it that from our 2-car garage? Actually, I'm calling you right now from a 2-car carport, right? We actually live in a 2-car carport. We live in 500 square feet, me and my wife. And we do this with most of our houses. And it's maximizing space utilization, right? It's turning a garage, which is a house for a car, turning it into really either a cash flow or for somebody to live in. Out of all our garages usually make $2,000 a month out of our garages, right? Our garages pay the mortgage, taxes, insurance, utilities, and then the rest of the house is cash flow. We turn all our houses into multifamily, and I think that's one of the biggest niches, right? So I think that the future has to be smaller, right? But not tight, but just more efficient, more open space. So we want to build sustainable, eco-friendly communities of small homes or small apartments, micro apartments. I know that's starting to become a thing because there is a big problem right now: affordable housing. There's not enough housing. and we want to make it not only affordable but also eco-friendly. There's a lot of solar panels, right? Tesla's coming out. We need to be more eco-friendly. We need to be more green. We need to eat more greens. We should be eating less meat because it's not good for the planet. So vision in mind that we're not here just to live and die, right? We're here to live in harmony with nature. And right now, unfortunately, we're not. And we need to change the way we build homes. We need to change the way we look at how we live. We have to look at our actions a little bit more. We have to analyze where our money is going. What are we investing in? When we go to Burger King, when we order a Whopper, what are we getting? We're feeding a system that's killing animals and not helping the planet. But that's beside the case. It's very important thing. So that's the vision, right? Real estate's definitely our industry, and the goal is to do something good for nature. And like, for example, having an oven, right? And switching an oven to a beautiful hydroponic, removing the microwave, which we already know gives cancer, and eating and promoting more clean eating, right? Having a space for yoga or for meditation or for praying, right? These types of things, living in community, communal living. These things are something that we need. Americans a lot, I see, are very, very depressed, a lot of them. And I think it's because we miss and need the community. So that's part of the reason why we want to do this, because we want to not only help the planet, but also help the people, bring that community back, have fruit and vegetable gardens in our front yard, not grass. Like in our house right now, our front yard has a fruit and vegetable garden. We give away the fruits and vegetables. We have chickens, and then we have a bee garden. It's an eco-friendly house in the middle of the city. We're in downtown Orlando, and we have fresh eggs, we have fresh honey, and we usually have fresh fruit and vegetables. So that's kind of the why behind our company.
So you're in a niche within a niche within a niche, which is the greatest thing to do, because when you focus and you scale that, you can do so much more than being everywhere. However, like, what's the next step? Like, who's your audience ultimately, and how are you gonna reach to more people, or people have more access to you?
My audience are people who are ready to make a big change in their life, who are ready to invest in the future, and people who really have open consciousness about what's going on today in the world and what we need to do in order to live in harmony with nature, right? I'm looking for people who have it in them to be successful financially in real estate. I would love to help anybody who's trying to get into the game. That's one of my callings. I love helping people start to get their first rental property. I would say my audience is just anybody who wants and is hungry for it and really truly wants to make a big difference in their life, and people who also have a heart for nature and that want to do good with that money. So I know that we can definitely do it. That's why I'm here.
So okay, so just to have clarity of the people that what they could achieve with your tell me exact number, exactly how many rental properties you currently have, short-term, medium-term rentals. Sorry, what are you cash flowing every month?
Sure. So just on our properties, January, I think we did a little bit of over 100. I think it was like 120. Just on rentals, about 120 something, 127. I think that was the number in January.
A month.
Yeah, 127. That's just from the rental properties. That's real estate business or the wholesaling or the mortgage business.
Yeah. And is that hands off right now, or like does it require scaling? Because like you got a few properties, you got a few businesses in there. You got property management, you got a wholesale business, you got the I guess obviously midterm. I don't know if that would be the same thing as property, but medium term type of, I guess, acquisition and things like that. So
yeah, the management is management, and the portfolio is basically one thing. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's 100% passive, because we have property managers, but we still have to manage those managers. I probably spend maybe about 10 hours a week working on the management side of things. My day-to-day mainly is again, managing our team members and making sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to, and looking for more deals. Yeah, one of our biggest cash flowing businesses that we have right now is the fix and flip, and the wholesaling. Right now, we're doing great numbers with that. So that's been my main focus, and that's what I love, finding deals. So that's pretty much where we're at right now as far as our business. We're hoping to buy around 3 to 4 houses a month. In December we bought 4. This month we've bought 2. So we're just, we're going with it. And right now, again, is another opportunity, another buying opportunity, kind of like COVID. It's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to go up, like it did during COVID, like that crazy. But I don't think it's gonna crash that hard. And
how many flips and how many wholesales are you currently doing per month, or like wholesale, whatever?
Yeah, wholesales we're probably doing about 2 to 3 a month. Yeah, wholesales 2 to 3 a month. On the realtor side, we're doing about 2 to 3 a month. On the mortgage side, we're doing about 1 to 2 a month, but we're ramping that up. And yeah, usually on the wholesale side or flip, we're doing about 10 to 12 a year, so about 1 a month.
So how big is your team?
So on the management side, we have 4 full-time people that work with us, and then we have on the construction side, we have a painter that basically works with us full-time, who's like a project manager. Handyman, electrician, they're basically working full time. Probably about 10, 15 people, roughly, with everybody.
And that's including the people from Venezuela that are working remotely, right?
Yeah. And most everybody, we don't have an office. We don't have, everything's basically running virtual, running through WhatsApp, running through an app that's like Monday.com. So everything is 100%.
So is it Monday.com?
No, it's not Monday. It's called Hida. J-I-A, Hida.
Never heard of it, but okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a Monday.com basically.
So why you join Boardroom?
Why did I join Boardroom? Well, because I wanted to meet people who were on the next level. I wanted to get closer to people who have thousands of units, and we want to get to thousands of units. And so in order to do that, we need to get surrounded by people who have thousands of units, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So I just wanted to go to the next level. And once we're ready, we're going to go to the billionaire boardroom for sure. Because, we definitely want to, network with the top tier. Because we deserve it.
I just feel like I could be just doing way more. You already have 50 plus. And even though our business generates great cash collected and everything every month, I could just be doing way more by like acquiring more real estate. Because, a few years down the line, you'll have like close to 50 and then 100. And then all of this just becomes like an accumulation. You're already building wealth. Like you're the true, basically American dream. You and your wife. I'm telling you. You're the American dream, where people come from another country and they don't want to just survive, they want to thrive.
Yeah.
And people in the US that are born here, sometimes I feel like, and I've said it in other episodes, they're just so entitled. Everything hurts and everything is like a problem. And they don't see like they have the biggest opportunity and the biggest country in the world, then one of the best countries in the world, right? Like, I'm telling you. And they can use people like you to not only acquire properties, but now they can also use people like ultimately to work for their companies remotely. Like, talk to me about those people that did you have in Venezuela?
Sure. Yeah. So found her through Upwork, and I was just I've always known about VAs, and it's worked out well for us. It started first with an Airbnb friend. He actually stayed with us at when we were renting out the rooms, made really good connection with them. And he went back to Argentina, and he was always kept in contact. And he's like, oh man, I just lost my job. And we were looking for an administrative assistant, and we decided to hire him. And we started just working online through Zoom. Obviously, everybody went to Zoom with COVID. So yeah, we just shifted, man. Since COVID, it was just a big shift of like, man, this is the way the future needs to be. Technology has allowed us this luxury. So why not build our company behind it? Let's be 100% virtual. We joined eXp Realty back in 2019, and eXp Realty again was one of the largest, or is the largest, virtual brokerage in the whole world, right? And it's all 100% online. So I saw that, and I'm like, man, this is the future. We have to build a company around, VAs, and obviously the world economy. We have to look at this as a macro economy. The dollar is still very strong, even though it's lost so much value. It's still very strong compared to a lot of different countries. If we think we're almost in a recession, check out all the other countries that are already in recessions and depressions that have, we're crying about 9% inflation. Dude, Argentina just had like 100% inflation. Venezuela's been in the thousands, right? Colombia is struggling, Bolivia. So all this is happening, and yeah, we need to help obviously our people, and really look at this thing as a global economy, right? We need to look at this as a whole and not just the United States. That's the future. It's technology. It's a blessing.
Love that. And we're also going to apply technology, and we're going to be able to essentially help the world, help the US by making people access to collaborators in Remote Latinos, so that they can grow their business. Imagine you having an army of collaborators from Latin America that really want to work hard, and they're not complaining about their lunch break, or oh my God, like mental state. I'm just not so good in this company, in this job. I'm just gonna get off and get some help by the government or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things going on here, man. That is kind of weird that people don't want to work. You know what I mean? Obviously, some people are getting laid off, but some people don't want to work. And you don't see that in our country.
Mm-hmm. No.
But anyways, hey, how do I find you guys? How do people find you guys? I feel like this deserves like an in-person meetup where we go deeper with you and Kelly at some point. Because I wanted to pick Kelly's brain. I guess the operator, a lot of operation stuff, right? And so how can people find you guys? And social media, anything?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're on Instagram, and my Instagram is Andres_Airbnb expert, and then Kelly's is the same thing. It's Kelly KELLY_Airbnb expert. Also on Facebook, Andres Ospina Rivera, and then Kelly Ospina Rivera. Yeah, we're very open. We're an open book. We love talking about real estate, and yeah, anybody that's looking to get into real estate, we're happy to help. It definitely has changed my life. It has changed my family's life. Not only have I been able to help my family back home, but the one here, and we've been able to give back to the community as well. So it's really been a true blessing. And again, we're just getting started, and we really want to do big things for our community and the planet. So yeah, that's it. Feel free to reach out.
Are you willing to help me build my portfolio in Orlando more?
Of course, bro. Absolutely. It'll be my pleasure. Absolutely. Yes, we can help you manage them if you want. And yeah, we'll run it from here while you're in Miami. Absolutely.
All right, man. Thank you for coming here to this podcast. It was awesome. I like your vision. I like people that have a drive towards helping others. And I hope to see you in Tennessee, man.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's next week. Yeah.
Next week.
Or the week after. Yeah. I think it's the 18th. Yeah, we'll definitely see you there. Super excited to see everybody at Boardroom and to see you again. And dude, thank you again for the opportunity, man. It's been a pleasure to reconnect again, and look forward to the next episode when we go live and when we get to hear Kelly's perspective.
Yeah. Hey guys, so if you loved this episode, got any value whatsoever, you can leave us a review, whether as a 5-star or 4.9 stars. I don't think that's possible, but if you give us a a review. This will help us, everyone,
Yes.
on kind of getting the podcast up. I'm not really running ads towards this. I'm not charging any money. It takes you only 60 seconds and will help a lot of people. So thank you for listening now again, and we're gonna go here offline. Thank you. Bye bye.